Meta is facing a $1.4 trillion reckoning in its latest trial over social media addiction. ByteDance agreed to reel in its AI models to protect Hollywood IPs. And Reddit is experimenting with video and audio versions of posts. It's Tuesday, August 18th, and here's a quick look at some of the news happening in the sphere of tech this morning from Engadget. Meta is heading to court this week in yet another trial over social media addiction and other alleged harms caused by its apps. The case is the latest test for the platform, which is facing thousands of lawsuits over its handling of users' safety and the impact of its apps on teens' mental health. The trial kicks off today in federal court in Oakland after Meta lost a last-ditch attempt to get the case dismissed last week. Now, it could see testimony from top officials at Meta, including Mark Zuckerberg, and could result in record-breaking penalties for the company. The case stems from a 2023 lawsuit brought against Meta from dozens of states, which accused Meta of intentionally creating addictive features and violating consumer protection laws. The action came after a multi-state investigation into the company's safety practices that officials said revealed serious harms to children and teens. During the trial, the federal judge overseeing the case will hear claims from California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey that Meta violated state consumer protection laws by intentionally misleading the public about the safety of its apps. Those 4 states and 25 others are also suing Meta over alleged violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. The states allege Meta broke the law because it knew Instagram and Facebook had users under the age of 13 and collected data about them without permission. While Meta has faced similar allegations in other trials this year, the impact of this trial could be especially significant. California, Colorado, Kentucky, and New Jersey have not publicly disclosed how much they plan to seek, but Meta said in a court filing ahead of the trial that states were seeking penalties as high as $1.4 trillion, an amount it described as outlandish. For Meta, the stakes are especially high because the company is currently facing thousands of other lawsuits that accuse it of harming users. Juries in Los Angeles and New Mexico have already ruled against Meta in high-profile trials that deal with similar issues. Another loss could not only be a financial blow, it could give other lawsuits an easier path forward. And while Meta is not exactly hurting for money, its legal costs are adding up. The company said it spent $2.4 billion on legal costs in the second quarter of this year alone. Hollywood and ByteDance have seemingly squashed their beef revolving around AI models infringing on studios' intellectual property. The Motion Picture Association announced in a press release that it has signed a memorandum of understanding with TikTok's parent company, which details a shared framework to protect against copyright infringement of the trade group's members. The MPA, whose members include Disney, Paramount, and Warner Bros. Discovery, said that this agreement represents significant cooperation between the two organizations. The trade association even added that ByteDance's latest release of C-Dream 5.0 Pro and C-Dance 2.5 reflect its continued advances in intellectual property protections. According to the press release, this memorandum applies to all AI models from ByteDance, including those used on TikTok, TikTok USDS joint venture, CapCut, and Dreamina. The memorandum comes after the MPA sent a cease and desist letter to ByteDance in February, accusing the company's AI models of using copyrighted material without permission. Shortly after, ByteDance responded by pledging it would strengthen its safeguards around unauthorized use of intellectual property and likeness, even later reportedly suspending C-Dance 2.0's global rollout. Since then, the MPA said the association has had constructive engagement with ByteDance, adding that the Chinese company has implemented meaningful guardrails with its AI models. On the other hand, Hollywood studios are currently in court for a lawsuit against Midjourney, also accusing it of copyright infringement. Reddit is known for not really changing much about its core features, but now the company is testing whether people want to experience posts and comments without having to read walls of text. Reddit is beginning to experiment with new audio and video features that make its texts, posts, and comments more interactive. With the test, which is starting to roll out now on Reddit's apps and website, users can choose to listen to posts or watch them as short-form videos. The company describes the test as a limited experiment, affecting a sample of posts across select communities on the platform. The new audio and video formats will still link back to the original text posts and comments, which will remain unchanged. It's not yet clear how Reddit is determining where to test the new format, but the company might be looking to highlight posts people might come across in searches that often surface Reddit threads. In June, the platform introduced video comments, which allow Redditors to post videos and comment threads that can then be watched in a full-screen player. The latest test is part of a broader effort from Reddit to draw more users to the platform and keep casual lurkers coming back. Thanks for listening. There's a lot more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Carissa Bell and Jackson Chen. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more tech news from Engadget.